sometimes you think that, oh, men aren't approaching me, you know, maybe I'm just not pretty enough or I don't come across interesting enough. No, because they don't think you're a viable enough victim. Like they've assessed you. Men make assessments of us. They will scan you and they'll be able to tell if you're somebody who is likely to tolerate them. And this decision happens very quickly. They know what to look out for without you saying a word. Some of these guys, they will look at you and they'll think, oh, she looks like she dates men who have a lot of money. I'm going to just kindly just let her do what she's doing. Or, oh, this one looks like a pick me. This one looks like she builds men. Let me go here and just be poetic. You know, it's always these guys that be carrying their guitar around being poetic and they got these dreams and they're so, oh, he's deep. What are you lot discussing? Please. I want to know what everyone's discussing with these guys that's so deep that it makes it worth binding yourself to this man. Because when you are a woman who is powerful and knows the brightness of her light, you're going to attract fewer men because that's the whole reason why you have standards. Standards are a filtration system. If you don't have a filtration system, everything is going to fall in.
Say it again. Say it again.
If you don't have a filtration system, everything is going to fall in. It's the equivalent to like winding down the window in a moving car and you stick your head out of the car and you just open your mouth and anything falls into your mouth. Like the whole point of having boundaries and standards as a woman is to have people you will be receptive to and people who cannot come. And if you're living in a certain neighborhood, you work in a certain career, you are a certain race, you may have fewer men approaching you. Now, when you're in that place where fewer men are approaching you, what story do you tell yourself about yourself? What narrative do you choose to believe? Because you can go one of two ways. You can choose to believe that the reason why no one's approaching me is maybe because I'm not pretty enough or, you know, I've tried everything to level up. I haven't worked hard enough to level up. I guess I'm going to have to just accept whatever comes my way. That's where you slip. That's where you give up on yourself.
Wait. But let me add on to that because there's also, that's coming from the bottom up, but there's also the top down. Sometimes we tell ourselves, maybe no men are approaching me because I'm too successful.
Oh, you got to make yourself more accessible. Family members telling you you're too picky.
Yes, maybe men aren't approaching me because I'm too smart. Maybe men aren't approaching me because I'm too difficult.
But then what does that tell you about men? If people are saying men are not approaching you, because I get this all the time. If people are saying to you men are not approaching you because you're too smart, what does that tell you about men? It means you have to dumb yourself down to be with a man. If I have to dumb myself down to be with someone, I'm better off on my own and enjoying the beautiful vibrance of the community I am in, which does include men. Yes. I have men in my life who love me that I'm not dating. So it's like, you have to rewrite the narrative of what love can feel and look like. Love doesn't have to only come from a man who you can actually learn to receive better and higher and more beneficial forms of love when you learn to accept it from men who you're not. Learn to accept love from men who you're not going to sleep with them, but you will happily accept. Because a lot of us have problems with receiving, especially Black women. We feel like we have to give something in return. Sometimes just rest and be loved. Like sometimes have boundaries, have standards. When the thing that you see finally reveals itself, don't overdo it. Don't panic. Don't feel like this is the first and last time. Relax. You're the boss. I like to behave like I'm Simon Cowell. I've had enough, thank you. Like you act like you're a queen because we be calling ourselves queen and goddess. Well, we're just appropriating these words. Like words mean things, guys. Like if you're going to call yourself a goddess or a queen, how does a queen behave? Does a queen triple text men? No, she doesn't. She sits on her throne and she waits for whoever's going to come. If he's worthy enough, he'll be allowed into the chamber. If you're a goddess, where are the offerings being laid at your feet? Where are they? That man must be laying offerings at your feet.